Okay, so when you've been injured or have had something happen to the lower body, and in this case we're just hypothesizing hamstring or groin area, you can still squat in many cases depending. So obviously you want to check out with the doctor first just to see that everything's okay with regards to some sort of strain. Maybe it's possibly a ligament sprain. But needless to say, there is a way that you can still squat. A couple of things have to be adjusted on your stance as well as depth, but in many cases you can still go pretty heavy. So I'm going to show you one way to do that now. So get a cage like so. This one's a bit more old school, but they still have them in the gym or the big hammer strength ones, the full cages. And you've got your pins set on the side here, and the barbell can sit on them. And once you do that, get your barbell set at a certain depth, you can start doing your squat. So if you were to squat all the way down, deep, what have you, come back up, that'd be your regular squat, however low you go. When you change a couple of things, you can still lift heavy without activating the muscle groups in the hamstring and groin, especially the groin with regards to foot position. So I'm going to show you here, I'm set pretty high, so let's say I've got a hamstring tweak, groin tweak, and I've set my bar pretty high, so this will be my partial. Let's say I can squat 225. So I'll warm up and get to 225, and I'll roll under it. And then it's a really short depth. Get myself set, and then I'll press up. So this is still my regular squat stance pretty much right here with my feet. What you want to do now, because it might be groin injury, is you got to close your toes. If you look down at my feet, what I'm going to do is narrow my stance and make 10 toes go forward rather than the open stance. All you do is just sit down and back up, down and back up. So the two components you want to look for when doing a partial squat would be, you've got your regular stance, which is most likely like this for most, some sort of open stance with the femur rotated out. So what you want to do is bring the feet together more, as well as turn the toes back in. And it's turning the toes back in that's going to minimize torque and pressure on the adductor group, especially adductor magnus, because as you draw deep in the hole off a power squat, the adductor group gets good lengthening, and if it's not strong or if it's been tweaked, it will agitate quite quickly. So there you have it. It's a simple approach to loading your body without actually stopping lifting if you've got a tweak. And one more thing, if you want to raise this up even one more, you can just be this far off of what I call a lockout. So this is you here. Your partial can be right here, inch or two down. So either way, the severity of the injury would dictate how much depth you set there or how much weight you want to put on the bar. Obviously a lockout or a 2-inch partial, you can load the bar a lot heavier with a narrow stance without compromising the alignment and positioning of the knees and hips. So give it a shot. Make sure you've got your bracing mechanisms in place within the torso. You don't want to hurt yourself when you're lifting heavy. And yeah, play safe and live smart.